marching right here. So nice and easy from here. Again, it doesn't need to be a great big huge step, but we do want to make sure that we're rolling fully through that foot. Coming up and using those ankles. I'm going to turn that down just a hair because I don't know if that's going to bug you or not. All I need is the bead. Good. So from here, we're going to tap side, and side. We're just going to roll the arms just a little bit as we come from here. So making like little tiny circles with them, right? Forward and back. Okay, let's go 4 more here. We're 4 and 3 and 2. Back to center here, march out. Okay, we're gonna touch to the front. So touch, reach and reach, right? Good. So our goal today, we're gonna work some, obviously through the legs. We're gonna try and get a full body workout. A little bit heavier on the core today than what I've been doing. Good. And some of the exercises will seem really super easy and some of them are going to be a little bit more difficult. I'll try and make sure that I show versions of it so you pick and choose what you want to do with it. 4 more here. We're 4 and 3 and 2, back center march. Okay, from here, let's start with just an easy knee raise. Coming up and up. Now take the hand up, coming from here. Or you can take them both, right? Once we start getting them up above, the heart rate usually comes up a little bit. We begin to warm up a little more. Stay with that. I will come back to you. And reach. I'm hoping I'm on the right side. Okay, we're gonna make it a heel curl. So back. Let's pull the arms. Good, good, good. Nice. Let's go 4 more here. We're 4 and 3 and 2. Back to our march. Nice and easy from there. Okay, from here, we're going to start off with just a squat. So march it out a little wider, sit her down. Move down and reach. Now let's push it up, right? And press. Standing all the way up. Brace nice and strong. Good. Awesome, awesome. Okay, let's go 4 more. We have 4 and 3. Here's 2. Okay, now from here, we're gonna come down. Come down, partway up, and down, partway up. Touch and stand and touch, but we're not standing all the way just yet. We will eventually. We're building pressure, obviously, into the legs. Let's go 4 more here. We're 4. We want to get the blood in the right place, right? There's 2. And our last one, march in. Nice and easy from there. I don't know about you, but I can feel the quads. Doesn't take too long. And from here, we're gonna start nice and easy with a reverse lunge. Come back, back, and stay on this side. Good. 4 more. We have 4 and 3. Here's 2. Okay, now hold this one right here. Come back and center. Turn and center. Rotate around. So leading with that shoulder, you can't talk and do it. So make sure that you got your balance. Rotate that shoulder through. We're 4 and 3. Here's 2. And our last one, bring it back. March it on the other leg. We're gonna do the same thing, and I'll try and count better this time. Take it back, coming down and in. Good. Nice. 4 and 3. Here's 2. Now the last one we're gonna hold back. Hold it right here. Turn and set. Turn and back. Rotate it again. So we're sinking down into that leg, turning those shoulders, following through from there. Take it as quick or as slow as you are okay with. One more time. Back to center. Bringing that back into place there. So if that's something that makes you kind of dizzy when you do that, you can spot to the front, or you can just make it a small rotation, right? Doesn't need to be huge. Okay, we're gonna step, curl, back and forth. Now curl the arms along with that. So from here, palms are facing each other, so we're just coming into a nice hammer curl. And again, we've got the shoulders back and down. Nice. Go 4 more, or 4 and 3, 2, come inside, touch here, right there, there. Good. Let's go, 4 and 3. Here's 2, and our last one right there. March out again. Now from here, we're gonna touch knees, we're gonna touch hips, touch knees, and touch the toes if you can. We'll bring it back and touch the shoulders. Touch hips and knees, toes, coming up. Shoulders and reach. Shoulders, hips, knees, and toes, knees, hips, shoulders, and above, right? Nice and easy from here. And touch, and back. So when we're coming forward from there, we're trying not to round a whole lot, right? And I can feel myself leaning before I even get into that. Reach it up. So shoulders, then hips, now bend, right? And touch. Come up and touch. Shoulders, we're gonna do one more time. Shoulders, hips, knees, and toes, knees and hips, shoulders and up. So march out. When I do that with the kids, we have to touch the nose though, right? All right, so the last piece that we're gonna do here is we're gonna combine the squats with the lunges, and then we're gonna end with the rotational lunge to the front. 4, 3, 2, and squat. Out. Now squat it back. Not squat, lunge back. Squat side. Coming out and out. Back from here. Nice. 2 more. Coming back. Last set right here. Come back here. All right, now coming forward, we're gonna step and reach and reach. So we're coming into that push off. We're reaching to the floor. We don't have to touch the floor, right? Now, if you're not comfortable doing that all at once, we can separate it, right? Step, reach, pull up, step it back. There. Step, reach, pull up and back, and step and reach, pull up, bring it back here and march out. Okay, so of course you know we're gonna do that with weights. So we're gonna do some of those moving, so you're probably gonna wanna grab middle of the weight, right? So you can start with your light weight, because we're gonna do more than one set. So start with the light weight, see how that feels. Okay, coming from here, we're gonna start off with just a squat. Come down from here, hold it in place. Right here, come down and reach. From here, come down, press up, and press. Now, we are going to add a knee raise if you wish. Come down, push up, and lift. Now, of course, that's optional, right? Just adding a little level of difficulty and balance. Make the squat good though, right? 4 more. 4, 3, we're 2, and our last one. Back in the center from there. Roll those shoulders back. Now from here, we're gonna take this with a reverse lunge. So taking it back, behind, and set. We're gonna alternate for now. Back and set. Into place. You got it. Okay, now what we'd like to do here, we're gonna put one of these dumbbells down. So set it down from here. Taking the hands, we're gonna arc side to side. So just again, starting with the hands. You can always make that big. So if you get into that and you're like, oh, there's nothing to that, just make it a little bigger. Okay, here we go. We're gonna start back and back. Reverse and reverse. Now again, it can be big, right? Nice. Let's do 4 more of these. We're 4, 3, and 2. Our last one right there, bringing that back into center. Now, if you were like me, I put my weight right in my way. We're gonna start off next with just a good morning piece. So it's gonna be a good morning, and we're gonna put that reverse lunge on with it as well. So it's not gonna be a huge, we're not gonna do a whole lot of them, but your good morning is simply the first part of your deadlift, right? It is this tip over, driving up. So we hinge forward, scoot back up from here. We're gonna keep that weight. Normally the weight would be up higher, right? Which you can, if you want to. You can just hold it right into the center. So what we're gonna do from here is coming from this position here, come up, lunge, back, forward, and lunge, right there. Tip, and lunge, tip, and lunge. 4 more. 3. You should feel that pretty well in the hamstring and the glute of the standing leg. 1 more time of the stationary leg. Right there. Bring that back around to the center. We're gonna do the same thing. We'll start with good morning, forward, and up. Again, we still squeeze, driving those hips up so we're all in a nice straight line from here. Okay, let's bring that foot up, and we're gonna add the lunge. So coming in, back, tilt. So we keep long length through the top of the head, out through the tailbone. Abs are strong and tight. When we stand up, we squeeze the glutes, squeeze the legs, right? Let's go, just 2 more here. Forward. And if it's too fast, slow it down to what feels right for you. Bring that back to center. All right, so the last part that we're gonna do with the lunge pieces here is we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna reach across the front. We're gonna stay on one side first so we can break this down, right? So standing from here, we're gonna take this leg forward. We're gonna step forward, making sure that we step far enough that we don't come up onto the toe and lift the heel, right? So the foot is gonna be parallel on the floor. We're gonna reach across, come back in, and step it down. Forward, reach, back, and yeah, now you can bend that back knee as you come through there, right? Reach down, come in here, and again. We're trying to make sure each rep is good, so we don't want to rush it. In here, rotate, and back. Rotate, back. You can also take both hands, set it back, and set. 1 more time. And coming back from there. Okay, so we're gonna take the next round. If that doesn't feel like your weight's heavy enough, go ahead and start with a little bit heavier weight. You can always take it in both hands, right? So we're gonna go back to those squats, and we're gonna add the knee raise with it. But what we're gonna do this time is when we squat down, we're gonna try and touch one of the weights down, then we'll push both arms up, right? So we're gonna come down and reach, down and reach. Okay, come down, pull up, down and pull. Touch down, reach up, down and reach. Down, coming up and up. Again, if that is too fast, slow it down. You can also make it a 4 count move, coming up with that. So whatever you want it to be. I can't talk. 2 more. Last set. Now hold right here. Come back in the center from here. Coming down and lift. Wider stance, right? Now you don't have to touch. I'm using a set of soft weights here. Good. Should say coated. Otherwise, I'm going to get my butt kicked for tearing up the floor. We have 4 and 3. There's 2. And our last one right there. So we're going to take one out here, coming into the center. We're going to take this back for those alternating lunges. Coming over and over. There we go. Good. Okay, we have 8 more. It's 4, 3, 2, and our last one right here. Now coming from here again, we're gonna take it to the side squat and a reverse lunge. We're gonna take these with just one weight. We're gonna press them overhead. Come down, push. Right here, step back, up, to the side. Over, press, take it back, and press. And again, to the side. Brace those abs strong, right? Side. Right here. Here it is, last one. Take it back. Good, good, good. Okay, so once again, holding in place right here, we're gonna start again with that little kickstand. So this one, we don't want the leg necessarily to be way back, right? We'd like to keep it fairly close. The work is coming through this part of the body on the good morning. So standing up nice and tall, get that foot position here for 4, 3, 2, tilt this over here. Down and lunge, come up, tip forward and back. Again, keeping that nice long length through the spine. We tip right at the hip. So we don't want that big rounded spine, right? We're driving those hips back, push. Yeah, back. 2 to go. Let's go one more here. Nice and easy. Turning this back around to the other side. Hit the setup. Once you're ready, 4, 3, 2, let's go. Come back, up. So down and centered. Forward, up, and again. Now on that front leg, we don't, or not the front leg, the standing leg, we don't want to lock the knee. We do want that leg to be really firm and strong, but don't lock the joint. Up, and complete the move when you come in, right? Before you tilt forward, stand it tall. I was cheating. Let's do one more. Coming back center. Nice. Marching that out. Okay, from here, we're going to take this across the front for those lunges to the front with the touch, right? 4, 3, 2, let's go. Over and back. Step it over. And again, if you want to break this up and take it, pull down. Set, sorry. So you come here, then reach, pull, and back, set, reach, pull. That's okay too, right? You're gonna get whatever one you can do with really good form, that's the one you're gonna get the most out of, right? Forward, reach, pull. One more time. Step that back right here. Nice and easy into that march. Okay. So we're gonna come to these here with some upright rows and some hammer curls. So if you need lighter weights, I would grab those. I think we're only gonna do those 2 sets for the legs right here. I'll increase that next week for our 3 sets. But for today, I think we're gonna be good. I'll also balance that out a little bit better. From here, we're gonna curl up. Coming up on those toes, squeeze. So the elbows are back to the sides. Shoulders are back and down. We're standing tall, right? Now, if it's a bit much, Ready to come up on both. See if you can do one at a time. So you're halfway set. We're 4 and 3, 2, and our last one right here. Come up and lift from here. So again, we want to keep this just slightly below the shoulder. Mid-chest is high enough. It doesn't need to go any higher than that. The biggest thing we don't want is we really don't want that elbow coming way up above the shoulder. That puts us into a completely different set of circumstances for the shoulder joint. Let's go. 3 more. Actually, 4 more. We're 4 and 3. Here's 2. Okay, now we're going to do a set of 8 for both. Went up, then down. Squeeze and lift. Nice. 4 to go. We have 4 and 3. We're 2. And our last one right there. So bringing that back and down, we're going to come back again one more time into those hammer curls. 4, 3, 2. Here we go. Up, release, squeeze, and down. So again, we're trying to make sure we resist on the way up, resist on the way down just as much, right? Otherwise, it's way too easy to swing. 4, 3, hold that pause at the top, and last one there. Sink that back and down. Okay, so we're going to move on from here. We're going to go ahead and put the weights down for the moment. I'm going to rearrange just a little bit from here. So we're going to pull the mat out if you don't already have your mat out. We're going to do a walk out to a push-up. That'll be our very first piece that we're going to do. And I think I'm just going to need to rearrange my screen for just a second. So you're going to want your weights where you can get a hold of them easily enough, but that they're not going to be terribly in your way. This is the time to grab a drink if you want one, right? Okay, so I'm going to readjust my screen for just a second, so look away so it doesn't make you dizzy. I think we should be good there. I think. All right, so what we're going to do from here is just walk out into a push-up. So we're going to start with just a regular old push-up, nothing big and fancy. We'll change that out as we go. We're going to do, let's do 6 of them. So take a nice breath up from here. We're going to reach out, and we're going to walk ourselves out. Actually, let's do 8. Screw those hands on the floor, come down, nice push-up here, and just walk ourselves back in. Get a little shoulder work, some abs, back work, of course. Take your time with that. You can also, again, do this on a wall, and you can do it with a tabletop or a couch, right? We're just trying to keep it moving. This should be number 3. And for this one, I'm doing more of a tricep push-up. You're gonna kind of decide what works better for you there. This way I can keep my elbows fairly close to my sides. I can fire those lats, which makes it a little bit easier all the way around. The back's a big muscle. We want to use that as much as we can, so we don't have to rely so much on the little ones. Up from here. We should be more than halfway down. I believe this is 5. That means we have 3 left, because I said 6 and then I changed my mind, right? So hopefully you'll stay with me with that. Let's go, just 2 more here. Okay, this one we're gonna stay down for. So come out of that push-up, bend your knees, sit back for just a second. Nice and easy there. Okay, so our next exercise we're gonna do from here is a renegade row. So I'm gonna show you 2 versions of it. The hardest one is going to be when you're on into just a plank position. What we're gonna do is a row. So you wanna have a weight that's gonna be heavy enough to challenge you. Couple of versions that we're gonna do. You can do one in a bird dog position, or you can do it with just a regular plank position. You can also do it into just a 3-point position. So I'll show all 3. You choose what you wanna do. So of course the basic move would be to come onto all fours, brace the abs nice and strong from here. You're just gonna pull that elbow back towards the hip. We're trying not to really rotate out to the side and come way up from here. We're staying squared off from here. So coming into position from there. Now, if that seems like it's just way too easy and you want to add on to that, you can make it more difficult and more ab work by extending one leg back. So you just pull that leg back and you're going to squeeze up here and squeeze. So your goal again is to stay nice and stable. If that again is not quite enough for you, you can come from a plank position. So from here, I'm going to come back up. I'm going to have my legs probably just a little bit wider than I normally would. Brace my abs, pull my toes forward, push my hands back, and pull. So whichever one you're going to do, we should be there. Let's go 4 more. We have 4, 3, 2, and our last one. Go ahead and sit that back, bring the knees back. Sit yourself back for just a second. Whichever version you were doing is good, right? Coming back into the other side. And you'll notice when I was doing that, I was trying to look at the screen to make sure that I was demonstrating it properly. When you do that, try to just look forward, because then what I was doing is I was turning out, right? Which is exactly what I told you not to. So coming into center from here, pick your version. We're going for 12. We have 4 to go. 3, 2, and our last one. Go ahead and sit that down. Bring this back. We're coming face up from here. Okay, so we're going to cover that just a little bit. This is not an exercise most of us enjoy a whole lot, but it's kind of important we're able to do it. We're going to come with the hips in front of us. Now, if you don't come up real well, that's okay. All you need to do is try and bring the rear end just a tiny bit off the floor so you can scooch forward. If you can't do that, scooch with your butt. One way or another, we should be able to get here. We're going to go to the end of the mat and back, and we're going to do that twice. So we're just going to bring the hands up, walk ourselves up, walk it back. Right? Doesn't have to be pretty. That's why we're doing this from home. This isn't something I normally do in the classroom. I don't like to be seen. Bringing that back down there, just very nice and easy. We're going to come back over. We're going to do the renegade row again. And we're going to come back to this again. All right. So now we know what we're doing, right? We can just go right to it. So finding your position, get yourself set, and begin. We're doing 12. We have 4, 3, 2, and our last one. Go ahead and sit that back down. Sit back nice and easy for just 1 second. Then we're going to come back up, right? Finding that position again. Get yourself set up and go. Yeah, 4 more here. Bring that back down. Move that weight out of your way. Come into the center. Now this time, we're going to take them 2 forward to the end of the mat and back twice. Then we're going to turn to the side. We're going to go sideways, over and back. We'll see if we get twice, right? Okay, so being careful. So on this, we want to make sure that we take that weight throughout the fingertips too. Otherwise, you're going to have a lot of weight in the heel of your hands and in your wrist. That's going to probably hurt. We also don't need to be way up in the air, right? So you don't have to have your butt all the way up here. We're just getting it off the ground. Coming back. And again. Then we're going to turn it around from here. This one's much harder, I think. Not for everybody, but for me it is. Coming back from here. It's graceful too, right? One way is always better. We're going to go one more time, but over. Coming back here. Bring that back down, sit her down. We're going to face the side. It doesn't matter which side. We're going to come in nice and easy here. I'm probably going to have to pull my hair back down. Okay, so we will start with just a couple of pieces with the abs. So we are going to set those feet towards the ground from here. Our goal is to try and keep the heels on the floor from here. So we're going to try just a very nice, easy hold. Then we're doing a 4-count roll down and a 1-count roll up. So bringing the hands, bringing the hands from here. We're going to sit back, we're going to hollow out, scoop out from here. Hold that position. Again, trying to keep the heels on the floor. So think of anchoring those down. Bring the toes if you can. Okay, let's bring it down a notch. So just a little bit more. Just a tiny bit more and hover. Then release this down. Let's bring that back up. Now, if you need to push yourself back up, that's okay. Just get there, right? Squeeze and hold. Again, we're scooped out in the center. Let's bring this back just a notch. And another notch. One more. And then we're going to roll that down. Again, bring those arms overhead without popping up the belly button. Sit yourself up. Come back and hold. A little bit down. A little more. One more, just slightly hovering. And then release down. Bring those hands up. Come back up. We're going to do just one more time from here. So rolling back from here and hold. Come down a notch. Down just a little bit. One more time. All the way down. And let's bring that back up. Nice seated position from here. Now gently, we're going to roll this back and down. Okay, so this time we're going to do a reverse crunch. So we're going to take that from the reverse crunch. We're going to tuck the hips up. And we're going to make sure that the weight stays on the shoulders. So we don't need to be coming up and over from here. We're just trying to get the butt off the ground. So think of pulling your knees towards your chest. And then we're going to extend the legs back out. So we come from here, squeeze, and extend. Pull. Now, if you're not comfortable with the extension, you can always touch those toes on the ground. And if your butt doesn't come up, doesn't matter. Squeeze the knees in. 2. Last one here. Okay, release that down, nice and easy from here. So the piece that we're going to add to that is going to be part of your Pilates 100, but we're going to do a Pilates 10. So as we come back out of that, when we extend those legs out, so once we're to this position, we're going to come up and we're going to pat 10 times. Then we're going to come back down, reverse, extend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Back, put up, extend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Reverse them back, extend, get that set. I keep trying to come into a teaser. Pull it in, squeeze, extend, and pat. One more, pull in. So we're gonna do 50 today, right? Okay, reverse here. Just a very easy, draw the knees back in. We're gonna come into just a regular bridge, just because that's a nice place to start, right? Coming from here, hands on the floor. We're gonna push those hips up, just to counter that piece just a little bit, because we have more abs to do. Excuse me. Squeeze it up. Back from here. And drive it. It's a good exercise to do pretty much every day to work those hamstrings and the glutes, firing off into the gluteus medius, which is something we need more than we think. Let's go 4 more here. We have 4. And 3. Here's 2. And our last one here. All right, so we're gonna come to the side. From here, We're gonna take one leg onto the back. Now from here, I want you to push up and out of there so that you're not sunk down into that shoulder. You're gonna stay lifted from this position here. Now, if you are not comfortable to come up, what I want you to do is just to bring that leg up, see if you can touch that. If you're okay with it, we're gonna come up, and hover. You can set it down if you want to. That's kind of up to you, but if you can get it and hold it, we're touching and reaching. So trying to touch that ankle or the toe, either one. Let's go 4, 3, and 2, and our last one. So that should get the outside of that hip. Also works into those obliques, right? So the key is not to let yourself sink as you come in and out of that, but to stay tall and strong with that, whether you're on the floor or whether you're lifted, either one. That's gonna really help to protect your back. Also get you using the muscles that you wanna use. Now from here, same thing as far as where we're set up, but this time we're gonna tuck the knees into the side. We're gonna come up and up. Reach and reach. It's not a big movement, right? Go in and in. Just touching the ankle. We're 4, 3, 2, and our last one. You definitely should feel both the lats and those obliques. So the last part that we'll do is going to be a side crunch, and then we're gonna end with the side plank and we'll switch sides. So coming from here, we're gonna come down. We've got the hands to the front. You can relax down if you wish. As you come back up out of this, we're gonna bring one leg up. Now what I want you to do is press out into that whole forearm out into the fingertips as well so we can fire from here. So again, we don't want to just lay that down. We're going to come up, coming to reach if we can. Now if you wish, you can bring both legs. You also can do these with a bent leg, right? So more like kind of a clamshell piece. Not quite, but close enough. We have 2 more. Now bringing that down, coming into center from here. We're gonna bring the arm back out from here. So again, we're gonna take that, we're gonna push down and away. We're gonna come back up into a side plank. Let's just hold it. Make that simple, right? If you can. We have 4 more here. It's 4, 3, 2, coming down right here, coming onto this side. Okay, so before we go to the other side, we're just gonna work a little piece with the back from here. So we're gonna work apart with the Superman, but what we will do here is instead of having the hands out to the front, we're gonna take the hands to the side. We're just gonna squeeze those shoulder blades together. So as we come up, we lift. You're gonna feel kind of like a flapping bird. One more time. So coming out of that, squeeze it back, sit back for just a second. Let's come around back into center on this side. So again, we're gonna line ourselves up on the mat. And we are going to, I feel like I'm forgetting something. Bring this over to the side from here, bringing those legs to the front. I'm forgetting something. Hang on just a second, let me look and see what I was doing. Be nice if I could remember the first piece, right? We're gonna start, oh, I do. Here, I just apparently don't wanna do it, right? Okay, dropping this down. We've got the shoulder from over here. Again, pushing up and away, right? So you can also be down a little bit lower onto the arm. If you're gonna come from here, you can stay on the elbow as well. If you're gonna come up, we're reaching, coming down. Reach, you do not have to touch the floor, right? You're gonna lift and lower. Two more. And bring that back and down. Okay, so now we're going to come into the side from here, and we are going to do the, let's do the oblique piece first. So this time we're going to take the legs to the front, and again, we're going to go ahead and bring that arm back out, spread it out into the entire forearm, and we'll bring the hand back up from here. We'll start with just this piece right here. Now, if you're good there, and again, you can always bend those knees, right? Coming up, but we should be firing back through here as well. Good. Good. 2 more. Bringing that down. So once again, coming back up, pushing up out of that shoulder. The legs are off to the side. This time we do have the knees bent. We're just coming up, squeeze, squeeze, and tap, right? It's not a big movement. You should feel it though, as that hip pulls in towards your shoulder, right? We're 4, 3, 2, and our last one. Now bringing that back. Coming back this time, let's go ahead and come up into that side plank. I need to make a big list of everything so I can see it well. See if we can lift that top leg up. Okay, let's go ahead and bring this back and down. Relaxing from here. Let me see if I got time. I don't. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and stretch this back out. Let's just reach back. Nice and long with the arms come all the way up overhead. Nice easy breaths from here. So we'll make this just a quickie. This is gonna be the last piece that we'll do for the abs. We're gonna hollow out from here in the center, pressing that belly button down, like you're trying to push that right back in through the floor. Knit those ribs together really nice and tight, and just squeeze and hold that. Now release, nice big breath. We're gonna do that one more time, squeeze. Again, you're making yourself, that's gonna pull that pelvis up, so there will be just a slight tilt. It should kind of level out everything in the center there because we're scooping out, maybe just a slight concave piece if we can get that. So we're gonna do a hollow body hold. So if you're not comfortable to lift the upper body and the legs, you're gonna do exactly what we just did. If you're okay with it, we're barely coming off the floor. Take a nice breath in, press that all down, come in here and hold. Scoop everything out and press. Our goal, of course, is to breathe at the same time, right? Now, if that bothers your neck, you can always bring the hands to the side as well, or you can bring it back to just cup the head. Just don't pull on it. Reverse back down. Take a nice, easy breath here. We're gonna scoop that out one more time. Big breath in, press down, lift. And release that down. Then from here, let's bring those heels in. We're just gonna go ahead and push those hips up. Now you can actually take the hands underneath the hips if you like. Just get a little bit deeper stretch from that. We're gonna let those come back and down. Draw the knees to the chest. Roll those ankles around. Reverse that direction there. We're gonna roll off to one side. I'm gonna try and finish on the ground, obviously, because then I don't have to mess with the camera. Let's come back the other direction. Back in the center from here. So we're gonna roll over onto the stomach, coming up onto those elbows. Just a nice easy reach from here. We're gonna go ahead and lift that chin towards the ceiling. If you don't feel like that's quite enough for you, you can go ahead and press towards the ceiling here. We're gonna come a little farther. We can also come into just a regular up dog. Now we're gonna scoot this back either into child or into down dog. Either one of those is good. So pressing those heels down towards the floor. If you wish, you can kind of bounce on them just a little bit, pressing that chest down. You can also alternate side to side. Just lift one heel and lift the other. Small movement, right? Just working through that calf. Now we can wag the tail. Let's drop those knees down and back from here. We are going to take one leg forward and we can reach down, just a nice stretch towards that. Easy breath coming back up. Let's switch that out, just taking the other leg forward. And again, we can reach back. You can either just pull that toe back, right? So you can always just come back from there. Or you can, again, just round that over the top. Draw that back in from there. We're going to sit down onto the calves here if we can. Just that's a pretty good stretch for the quads right there. Also for the top of the shins and the ankle, right? That's an area that doesn't get a whole lot of attention sometimes. We're going to drop the shoulder here. I didn't think I would ever be able to sit like this again. Bring it back up from here. And then let's come back and across, drop that shoulder down. And again, let's go ahead and come back up over the top. Bring that down, we're gonna stretch off to one side. And trying to keep those shoulders stacked, right? Let's come the other direction right here. Back to center from there. Let's go ahead and just a big reach up and relax that down.